Okay, I want to tell a little Halloween story. It's something that actually happened. I don't know how many years ago it happened. I think I've told it before. I don't know. But anyway, it was so many years ago that I could be rewriting history on how everything happened, but I do know what happened. Yeah. But in the order, I can mix that up and all that. After so many years. Like I said, I don't know how many years it's been. So, what is this woman doing standing out there in a what do you call them? To me, that looked like a hospital gown. Yeah. Okay. Weird things happen in the middle of a video. But anyway, so this story, it happened, this situation is a real story, like I said, true story. It happened back in, it was one night, one evening. And what had happened was me and one of my sisters decided we were going to go to a casino. This is Texas, and the casinos are not in Texas. They're in Oklahoma, the ones that we go to, or Louisiana. So, but I don't go to them anymore. I would go with her like once a year, maybe. And I just don't go to them. So, I'm not into casinos. It's just blowing money to me. To each their own. So, I'd go with her. And, we went one time, and nobody was left at the house when she and I went. Adam was in some other state. I don't remember what for, but he wasn't at home. And when we left, I actually think that I remember that I turned on the outside light. The front porch light is what some call it. We don't have a front porch, but okay. And back then we didn't have motion detectors. Or maybe we did, but no, we didn't. We didn't have motion detectors that turn on the lights, No. So I turned those on before we left. And she and I weren't expecting, I don't think, to stay that late as we did. But when we got back, she was driving. She came and picked me up. She was driving. When we got back, she, was going to drop me off. And when we drove up to the house, to my house, it's a big house. It's kind of, I don't know what you say, but what we saw at that moment was the light was off. No lights were on at all. So the only light we had was from her headlights on her car. And we both said at the same time how spooky it looked. It looked eerie, spooky. It's downright spooky. So of course, she would wait for me to get inside the house. And this time, of course, she would, because I needed the light from the headlights to see the door and all. But it was just downright spooky, okay? Why this man needs to be so close to me as a woman. What's man? We got back and we were off. We were freaked out. Lots of noise here. The truck making all that noise and this, so yeah, they don't wait for me to make a video. Anyway, so we got back and we looked at it, and it was so spooky and everything, and I said, I know that I turned that outside light on, and I always leave a light on inside the house. I think most people do, don't we? When you go somewhere, you leave at least one central light maybe in the house that people will see, like, think somebody's there, or just so you can see when you get home. Whatever is the case, both, I don't know. But, and it was pitch dark. No lights on, nothing. None outside, none inside. So it was eerie. Okay, so I told her, to just wait out there for me to go in and check out the house. That was important. I said, I'm going to check out, a little bit of the house. It's a 2-story house, so I wasn't going to go and check out the whole upstairs. But just check on things, because to see, if the dogs are there. The dogs were there. Okay, so the dogs, when I opened the door, I could see one of the dogs, Marmaduke. And, Marmaduke is a big dog, and he's got big teeth, and he doesn't mind showing them. You don't enter his house, no. So, you don't come around his mommy or his daddy. So anyway, yeah, he was there, so I told her, waved her on to go ahead and go, to leave. Okay, so she left, and I had my cell phone with me, because I told her, I said, I'm going to go in there with my cell phone. If I call you, you call the police. No, maybe I said something like that. I could be joking. I don't remember, like I said. But anyway, so she left, but my dog Marmaduke was standing, like when you walk through the entranceway, the next thing is a circular was a hallway that on one side of the right side, there's a circular staircase, but it's got a straight wall right there. So, turned down the wrong road. Gonna do a U-E. But anyway, so, it might be a nice restaurant over there. One to try. Anyway, so she left, and I'm standing right there in the entranceway because, I saw the dog standing there, and he was just sitting there staring at me. And he was sitting there, and then whenever I started coming in, he looked upstairs. You could see all the way up the stairs. Woman, can you walk slower? Seriously? Boy, what a day, huh? But he was staring like he was facing me at the door. He was facing toward the door, but he kept looking up. And I was like, that's weird. And he was kind of growling. And he'd look up and growl. It was like he was sitting there, wasn't going to let me move past because of whatever it was that he was looking upstairs to find, to not find, but he found something looking upstairs. And that would go up to the top floor and showed there's it was a game room, living room kind of thing. And so he was staring at it and growling. And it's pitch dark in there, okay? I think I just turned on one of the lights. And so I got up there and said, what's wrong with you, Marmaduke? What's going on? And I looked up there, and what I saw was something very, very scary. It looked like a ghost. I mean, an actual ghost. Flowing white gown, and the whole body moving, flowing off the ground. And I do not believe in such. Yeah. I say all these, but I do all these videos saying, basically weird things happen. But I still don't believe. I'm still not a believer. But anyway, yeah, there it was. And it looked like a ghost floating. There's no explanation. I have a lot of things that there's no explanation. I have no idea what it is. And that was one of them. And it was scary. It really was. Okay, so anyway, there I was, and the dog is looking up, growling at whatever it is. He won't let me through. I'm not wanting to go through because I see what he's seeing. Okay, we're both seeing this. Well, you can imagine how fast I made it out of the house, back out the front door. And I called my sister and told her what happened. Okay, this guy's kind of scary. And, she basically stopped and waited or something. That was scary. Seriously, he looks like a zombie. Anyway, I don't know if you saw him, but he looked like a zombie walking. So, and I don't believe in zombies either. But since Halloween's coming, anyway, I got out of there. I did not go back. I think that was during the time I was, I don't know. But I went somewhere that night and just stayed away and did not come back until the next day. And there was nothing. There was no evidence of anything, no reason or anything. It just was something that looked like a ghost up at the top of the stairs. I could see it to the top. There floating. Who knows? What? Seriously, who knows what that could be? Okay, I was going to go out here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to find a parking spot. This is a college. I taught at this college, actually. I've mentioned that before. But there's a parking spot. But it's going to be way too busy. I want to go to the library there and just walk around, but yeah, it's going to be way too busy. So, okay, so it remains unexplained. I wonder about that word because I looked up unexplainable. I don't know why I did today, and that is not a word, apparently. But unexplained. What is the other word I'm looking for? Anyway, I have stories like this. I like to tell them during, around Halloween because weird things happen around Halloween to me. I don't know about you, but it always happens, but not always, but whenever it happens, but it seems to happen more around Halloween. That's what I meant to say. And just little things that are unexplained. Anyway, I think I'll wrap this up. But yeah, that was weird. And every once in a while, I'll look up there because, like, it's standing at the refrigerator, facing the refrigerator. If I look just to my left, and there's the stairs, and I can see up. And like if it's dark up there, I remember that. It hits my mind. So it hasn't left in all these years. But I don't know what it was, seriously.